Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's all the random, useless info you want to know. It's Friday nights with
Jeff
and Joe.
Joe.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. Oh, you're talking to listeners. Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
That is, yeah.
I thought that was
But
me.
Jeff, yes, thanks for coming as well.
Oh, no problem.
We had a
You're
little
welcome.
mishap this week. Jeff thought maybe he was getting fired.
Yeah. Wow, I thought we weren't going to talk about this, but yeah.
It was too good. It was too awesome.
Apparently I got fired.
Oh, it was amazing.
So this is how it comes from my perspective. This is how it works, right?
I'm really excited to hear this because I only know it from my perspective, which is embarrassing.
So we're having this conversation, and all of a sudden, Joe goes, "So we need to talk." And of course, it's like, all right, whatever. And like him and Krista had this whole thing of like, okay, let's have this conversation. I know nothing about it, so it was just like, hey Jeff,
okay,
can we
yes,
have this
your
quick
perspective,
conversation?
okay. Yeah.
We have this quick conversation. I was like, that's fine. So we get a meeting room. We go in the room. We talk for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're like, so we've been talking, and I was like, oh god, here we go. We want to take creative control over you with some of the episodes. And I was like, okay.
Again, it's your
Okay. And I was like, all right, fair enough. And then I'm starting to think, I'm like, so what they want to do is they want to edit their podcasts on their own. So for those of you who don't know, I edit the podcasts and I post them. And we've talked, and it is a lot of my time, but it's not hard work. It's meticulous, and it takes a little bit of time to do. So I thought Joe was trying to be nice at first, and I was like, oh, that's really sweet of him to, offer to edit all this stuff. And then it gets down to like something about how you wanted to like take my laptop home and use the laptop to edit. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then we got kicked out of that room. We went to the other room or whatever. And all of a sudden it was like, let me just ask you a question. Are you getting rid of me? Or what was it? Something about how
Well, okay.
am I doing something wrong? I think I said. I mean, am I not doing it good enough that you want to control, or what's the thing? And then Krista slowly walks to Joe's side of the room, and I'm like, the fuck is going on here? And they both look down, and I'm like, whoa. Seriously? This is how it's going to go down?
This is like
They slide a pig piece of... No,
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
this is actually a really intense story.
It was
coming
really
from
funny.
your side,
Because
yeah.
I was just like, wait a second. Like, it seriously dawned on me, like, do I suck? Like, you could have told me this a long time ago. Like... Why would you drag me along in this charade for how long? It's terrible.
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I mean, we've made a couple changes internally.
Yeah.
So we wanted to
reorganizing.
Yeah.
We've been downsized. Actually, you've been downsized.
No,
if you could leave your
but
laptop
for
here. that'd
real
be
though,
great.
we have made a couple changes just on how we organize shows, and so each of us are taking a respective show
in an effort to get better.
right, and so Jeff has been editing all of them, and Chris and I were like, well, if all three of us are gonna have our own show, then we should be we should edit those and everything, and also take some of that off of Jeff, because Jeff's gonna have to organize a show and edit all three shows. I don't think so.
Sure. Makes
So
sense.
then, as I'm describing, like, because I am doing one show. Well, okay, I'll just say it. It's this show,
Sure.
Friday Nights
Joe's
with
gonna
Jeff
own
and Joe.
this one. Yep.
But as I'm like, no, Jeff, really, for real. I just want to take Friday Nights with Joe. That's how I said.
Well, that's right. I forgot
And
that.
Krista looks at me like,
That's right.
you are
Because
like,
as
on the
Krista
floor,
walks
like-
over, he's like, I just want to take Friday Nights with Joe. And I
I'm
was
like,
like,
oh
you just
my God, I
cut
can't
me
believe
out
that
of
just
everything already. I'm glad you two decided this on me.
okay.
I forgot about that. It was more than Krista walking to the other side.
See, for me, it was how I said that, and I was like, oh, fuck. That sounded terrible.
It was funny because you laughed right away, but it was because how we walked in, the three of us were kind of like standing in like a crescent moon, making this kind of half circle, and all of a sudden, because there was a door behind Kristen, I think she was like, "I'm standing in the doorway. I'll move.
I should probably
But
move."
She moves over by you, and I'm kind of on my own, and then you say Friday Nights with Joe, and then I'm like, "Whoa." For like that split second, and then you were like both laughed. I knew you weren't, but it was just. And then of course we laughed about that for a good 20 minutes.
Yeah,
about how you fired
me.
me.
Moment. Yeah.
And then I came in today and I just dropped my laptop off and been like, "This is my resignation."
And I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
Teach me.
Oh my God! So for those of you who are still with us for that 10-minute,
That was it was funny though.
it was awesome. God, you had to be there.
Awesome
You
for
had
you.
to be there. But yes, this is Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe, and thank you, as usual, for jumping on, getting all the random useless info you might want to know. I don't know. But yeah, today I thought that we would try something new. We've never done this, but I scoured the intranet, and I came up with a couple tidbits. I should say news stories that I found to be just a little bit funny, and some of them a little bit more funny.
Now,
than
how
the
many of
others.
these are ones that you posted on the Facebook page?
Actually, I don't think I've posted any of these on the Facebook page.
Well,
one of them I shared with a friend of ours
Sure.
who has
And we'll talk about that in a
large
little bit.
holes in his ears. But anyways, so I thought I'd read a couple news stories, and we'll see where Jeff and I take these. Maybe we don't find them funny at all. Maybe we comment on them. I don't know.
I saw the headline of your first one. I'm really confused on why this is funny.
Yeah, I think it's more just the sarcasticness that could come out of this. I don't know.
All right, so go ahead.
But anyways, art thief drove stolen car to seek pardon from wrong attorney general, according to police.
Art thief, he said.
Art thief.
Okay.
As
It
in,
came out weird when you said it. I don't know why. I heard it wrong.
yeah, I guess the way I said it could have been like a last name or something.
Yeah, like art something.
Right.
Okay.
Anyways, a PBS-loving convict, art thief, who drove from Miami, which, by the way, Florida, for those of you who pay attention to the news at all, Florida has some
The weirdest
really
people.
good
Yes.
news stories. And this one, I don't know, it's not up there in the top 10, but it's interesting. Drove from Miami to suburban Washington, D.C. to ask for a presidential pardon, was in custody Wednesday after he was found to be driving a stolen car, police said. Marcus Sanford Patman, 45, of Miami, was arrested Sunday outside a Starbucks in Arlington, Virginia. Love that. I love some Starbucks, personally. Anyways, after a police license plate reader indicated that his parked vehicle had been reported as stolen, Ashley Savage, love that. I wish my name was Savage.
Savage?
Yeah. Ashley Savage, a police spokeswoman, told NBC Washington on Wednesday that Patman wanted to meet with Eric Holder because he was looking to be pardoned by the Obama administration before the Trump administration came in. Dun, dun, dun.
That's awesome.
By the way, this was January 18th, so it is a little bit dated, but it was still up there. So
That's like
a month
a week
ago.
ago.
January 18th? Maybe a half a month ago?
January 18th. Think
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, a couple weeks.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm already like done with
Yeah,
February.
you're like
yeah.
you're like
Groundhog
it's February
came out.
18th
Yeah,
already.
it's-
Done. It was a month ago.
It is Friday night, by the way. We are literally recording on Friday night. It is the 3rd, I do believe. February 3rd today.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
February 3rd.
One problem, besides the stolen car, Eric Holder is no longer the Attorney General. That would be Loretta Lynch, who has now been fired by our friend DT. Yeah, DT, that guy. Patman remained in the Arlington County Jail on Wednesday on a charge of unauthorized use of a stolen vehicle. Whoever has authorized use of a stolen vehicle?
What if you leave the state with it? I wonder if something like that.
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, keep going.
According to the court records, no attorney of record on list. So apparently he didn't have an attorney. According to the FBI, Patman pleaded guilty in 2009 to attempted wire fraud and interstate transportation of stolen property for trafficking in 2 stolen Pablo Picasso etchings and a stolen Mark I'm gonna Chagil
Some
Lithograph.
artists.
Yeah, I just don't know how to say his name.
That's okay.
Together worth well over $500,000. According to a federal court documents, a California art dealer to whom Patman tried to sell the Picassos smelled something fishy and contacted authorities, and the FBI soon had an undercover agent on the case.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep. When authorities searched Patman's Miami home, they found one of the Picassos, a 1957 etching of a woman reading a book called Jacqueline Lissant or Lissant, I don't know, hidden behind the sofa. Where do you hide your paintings?
Great, right behind the sofa. Yep.
Yeah, that's where I do that too. Patman later confessed, according to the FBI. Turning pages here, Patman served a little less than 2 years in prison and was released in 2012, according to federal records. Much of the court record remains sealed even to today, but prosecutors have said Patman told investigators he'd been inspired by an episode of the PBS series Antique Roadshow to steal and resell art so he could resume a comfortable lifestyle he had been living before he was convicted of assault in 2001.
Okay, all right.
That's the story, folks.
So let's summarize here, because that was a lot to pay attention to.
That was.
No, hold on. So this guy apparently steals a piece
Edmund,
of artwork.
right?
This Patman.
Putman.
And then, so he does the crime, and then he goes to...
So that's what I don't mean. He's already done the time.
Yeah.
So why does he need to get pardoned?
I don't
I guess maybe it's on his record, so...
I don't understand. And it happened in 2009.
It's probably because it's on his record.
So it is kind of funny that if you go through all the work of stealing a car and trying to go to an attorney general, you should find out the right attorney general next time. Okay. Good call.
Oh, Florida. Thank you again for that. This was an interesting one. This is right out of our backwoods here in Wisconsin.
I love local stories.
Yep. This was January 22nd, so getting a little closer. Getting a little closer. Mars investigating Skittles, said to be intended for cattle.
I heard about this.
I did not.
I
didn't
heard
even
about
know
this.
was a thing.
Yep.
What have you heard?
So apparently, summarize.
Yep.
There was Skittles without the S. They get used for feed without the S because at first they didn't know what it was. So there's a truck full of red Skittles, I think it was.
Yep.
Traveling down the road.
Very good.
It crashes somehow.
Boom.
Red Skittles fucking everywhere.
It's like a dream come true.
Every little kid's like, oh, it's so awesome. So anyway, there's Skittles everywhere. And apparently they didn't know what it was at first because they're a little red, but they don't have an S on them. So it's not like, M and S, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So then they find out that they're Skittles and that they're used for cattle feed up in some company that makes food or whatever.
Sure.
Some with the sugar, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought it's a cool story. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is by the Associated Press out of New York. A mystery Skittles spill in a rural highway in Wisconsin is taking another twist, with Mars Incorporated saying it doesn't know why the discarded candy might have been headed to become cattle feed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The case began when a Wisconsin sheriff posted a picture on Facebook this week, which was the week of the 22nd of January. Hundreds of thousands of Skittles had been found spilled on a highway. Later, he updated the post and said the candy had fallen off of a truck on the way to be cattle feed. So far, you were right on track there, Jeff.
There you go.
Only red Skittles had spilled out. The Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt joked.
What city is this in?
Dodge County, so I don't know. They don't specify the city.
Because it just is rural. Okay, go ahead. Maybe they'll say it later.
Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt joked in a post that it would be difficult to taste the rainbow in its entirety.
Wow.
Thank you, Dale Schmidt. The incident gained attention after CNN wrote about it, citing a report from a local affiliate. By the way, apparently a related news story is Meet Scooter, the calf that lay down with the lambs.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just highlighted here as I printed it out.
Just keep reading.
A variety of food byproducts are commonly used for animal feed, and Skittles maker Mars Incorporated says it has procedures for discarding food for that purpose. However, the company says that the Skittles in question came from a factory that doesn't sell unused products for animal feed. So, okay. We don't know how it ended up as it did, and we are investigating, says Mars. Company spokeswoman Denise Young said the Skittles were supposed to be destroyed because of a power outage, preventing the signature S from being placed on the candies. She said Mars planned to contact the sheriff's office and the farmer to find out more. Schmid said one of his deputies had come across the spill and sent him photos, which he posted on Facebook immediately. He said the Skittles spilled from a box. Now, I'm wondering if this is like a combo, because if it's hundreds of thousands of Skittles, it's got to be like...
Skittles are pretty small, though.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of a box, like a moving box, not
like a,
not hundreds
4
of
by
thousands.
4 by 4
Yeah.
foot,
But anyways, it says it spilled from the box because it started to rain and it disintegrated in the rain, and about half of them got out. The Skittles on the ground did not have the standard letter S on them. The sheriff said he has spoken to the farmer, but did not have his phone number. Schmid did not respond when asked by email for the farmer's name, so we do not know which farmer this was. Linda Kurtz, a corporate environmental manager at Mars, says the company sells unused candies and ingredients to processors that incorporate them with other materials to make animal feed. She said Mars does not sell directly to farmers, and its procedures follow Food and Drug Administration regulations. Good to know. Kurtz says Mars determined the spilled Skittles came from a plant in Yorkville, Illinois, which does not sell products for animal feed. The other U.S. plant that makes Skittles in Waco, Texas, sells to local processors that melts them down into syrup. Josh Cribbs, a cattle nutritionalist...
Jesus.
I know.
That's the longest story ever.
Well, anyways, Josh Cribbs, a cattle nutritionist and director of commercial development for the American, now this is a weird word, Maine Ayoya Association. Yeah,
Okay.
hang in there. Which promotes a particular cattle breed, said that the food byproducts that get used for cattle feed vary depending on what's available in the region and particular time of year. I would assume Skittles are always available, right?
Apparently
Personally, I always have Skittles. In places like Texas, for instance, Cribbs says citrus rinds are common. Cribbs said a specific product would not be used alone, but be mixed with other ingredients to achieve a particular nutritional profile. What kind of nutrition are we getting out of these Skittles?
Now, apparently, it says that this is a very common practice because it's a cheap form of carbs because the sugar is.
Okay.
And especially off, that they can get bakeries and all sorts of candy. And they were saying that a lot of people do it. It's a big thing from what I'm reading here on the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
So Cribb follows up by saying, you might think, oh my gosh, they might be eating a Skittle. In reality, that piece of candy is being broken down. That's my story. So keep your Skittles in a plastic box.
I've read a couple things. I cannot find where it was in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And also, the picture of there looks really cool because it looks like they've all melted, and so it's like a icy road of red.
Oh.
It's actually pretty cool. It's not like little pegs everywhere. It looks like they melted together. I don't know if it was because of the rain or what.
Probably.
Or but can't, because if it rained like that, it would still been pretty cold out for them to like melt.
Well,
So
the 22nd, I was on a cruise, and that's when this went
quit
down.
rubbing it in.
But
I'm
it
just
was
saying.
warmer then, right?
The picture was really cool. If you have a chance, go online. I just think it's probably one of those things where like Mars is like, hey, we're going to pay this company. I need you to take these away. They're defects. And they're like, okay, I'll dispose of them. And then what they do is then they take money from farmers.
Hey, farmer, come here.
And then they double dip.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's what it is.
Yeah.
And now some Mars is like, hey,
Oh,
what the heck?
shoot.
And the guy's like, oh, no.
I don't know how that got there.
Hey, this guy sweeping him up in the background like, I got to give the...
You didn't see anything.
So that's my guess. That's my thought.
It's a conspiracy.
Conspiracy theory.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 more. I think they get better. I hope they do. But look at this picture. Look at this picture.
I can't.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all.
He's all messed up.
Yeah, he's all messed
Okay,
up.
right. The guy got beat up. Let's
No,
find
he
out
didn't
why.
actually.
He beat himself up.
This is good. This is good. I like this one.
All right, here we go.
Title says, "Pain in the Ash."
Pain in the ash.
Yep.
ASH.
Yep. Cops find soot-covered suspect stuck in chimney.
Now, who's
Are you worth
chimney?
me?
Was he going up or down? That's what I'm wondering. Okay,
We will find out.
let's go.
A California man was held without bond Wednesday after he was nabbed in one of the easiest arrests ever made, said police, who found the man stuck and covered in soot in the chimney of a home he said he was trying to break into.
The old Santa Claus robbery, huh?
Oh, Keith Allen Schultz, 28, of Ridgecrest, remained in custody in a charge of first-degree burglary, according to lovely Kern County. I hope someone gets that reference. Anyways, Kern County,
Nobody
California.
in this room. Nobody in this room.
Oh. So, Ridgecrest police described a comedy of errors that led to Schultz's arrest Sunday afternoon. When cops were sent to a home whose burglar... Wow, that's my favorite
First
word.
time
That's
talking.
my favorite word. Whose burglar alarm had been triggered. At the same time, get this, at the same time...
At the same damn time?
At the same damn time, a call for help was phoned to police from a woman who reported her friend was stuck in a chimney.
Oh, my God.
Damn!
So was she there? I wonder if she
She must
saw
have
him
been
go
there.
down.
Yeah.
Hey.
He hasn't been coming out. I don't know.
supposed to come back with jewels and money.
The addresses were the same,
That's
said
so
the
awesome.
police. Kern County firefighters were needed to extract Schultz from the chimney, police said. They said one or more accomplices have been believed to remain at
What if
large.
they just took like a can of Pam spray and just started spraying them down just on the outside and just kind
I hope
of
so.
kind of let them slide down. Just
Well, I gotta
hey,
look
hey,
up.
here's a stick of butter, buddy. Just start lubing yourself up.
Does it really? I gotta look up where Kern County is because it's probably on the northern side. If they're using a chimney regularly for this guy, you should see this picture, ladies and gentlemen. He is full of soot.
Yep.
He looks like a chimney sweep from
He looks
Mary
like
Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Anywho.
And so the finale of the news stories tonight. Inside your earlobe is a terrible place to keep your pet snake.
Oh God, this one. Okay.
So, as a side note, I sent this story to a friend of ours, a young man by the name of Taylor. Shout out to Taylor, who has some large holes in his earlobes, also known as, what do they call them? Barbs? No.
I don't know.
Gauge.
Oh, gauges. Yeah.
Gauges,
yeah. Okay.
Anyways, there's no slithering out of this one. An Oregon woman found herself in the emergency room last week after her pet ball python got himself stuck in her gauged earlobe.
So gross.
Damn! It looks to be her right earlobe, by the way,
So
for those of you keeping track at home. Ashley Glaw, Glawe, I hope I say that right, Ashley Glaw, said she was holding the snake named Bart, good old Bart, oh Bart, when he decided to dive into the hole in her ear. I'm not imagining this snake just like, oh, whoosh.
And just jumping through.
Maybe. Apparently he dove. I tried to get him out myself, she told CNN. And I knew I wasn't going to be able without hurting him by pulling him back against his scales. Way to go, Ashley.
It's true. Probably.
After a visit from the fire department, it was clear Glaw needed to go to the emergency room. Bummer. Glaw shared a few pictures of her situation on social media. We'll forgive her for using some harsh language. After all, there was an actual snake in her earlobe. So her harsh language comes in her hashtags, which I will read them all for you. There aren't enough hashtags in the world to describe these feelings. So it appears to be the old Instagram. She has a picture of herself, and it says, by far one of the hashtag craziest life moments. Went to the hashtag emergency room because my hashtag ball python, hashtag snake.
In case you weren't clear.
Yep. Decided to get hashtag stuck in my hashtag gauged earlobe. And then it has the date, 1/23/17. By the way, this story was posted recently.
24th, 25th, something like that?
It appears to be.
No, probably after that.
Yeah,
Either way,
here are more hashtags. Hashtag silly snake. Hashtag gauged ears. Hashtag gauges. Hashtag snake lover. Hashtag snake like gauged ears.
Oh my God. Because there's clearly a lot of those hashtags out there.
Hashtag what the fuck.
That I will agree with.
Hashtag never heard of. Hashtag never thought of. Hashtag wow. Hashtag OMG. Hashtag gotta love him. Hashtag I love him.
Okay. So the girl loves her snake.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you hashtag any of those,
so hold on,
you'll get a picture.
So I'm trying to think of how she gets this out, right? So she can't pull it the way back out.
Just wait.
Oh, there's more to
it.
it.
No, there's more. Okay. It was just showing me the picture.
Go on.
Medical professionals numbed the area, applied lube. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Applied lubrication and squeezed that pet reptile out of her hole in the ear. Bart, of course, acted like nothing ever happened. Gaw has since been enjoying her 15 minutes of fame, sharing media accounts of her story on social media. Her original post on Facebook has gone viral, generating over 32,000 shares and 23,000 likes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a a pet ball python, don't get it near your ears. That's my news stories. What do you think, Jeff?
It's terrible. Okay, so I hate snakes, right? And so I saw that the other day.
About you.
I hate snakes.
Guess
they don't
what
have legs. They don't have arms and legs. It's so gross. They wiggle around and
they've been known as
bite
the
people.
devil.
Okay. So I don't like snakes. So of course my wife posted this thing to my Facebook. So
awesome.
It's rattlesnake slithers out of Texas family's toilet.
Ooh, yeah.
Then they find 23 more underneath their home. So apparently a snake crawls out of this guy's toilet. The wife finds it, or the son, whatever. So the little boy's mom told her son to grab a shovel, and when he returned with the tool, she killed it. Then, of course, they call this...
Here's your shovel, Mom.
Whap! Bam! What are you going to do with it? Bam, bam, bam! So, of course, they call this big county snake removal company, and he's like, oh, okay. So he gets the dead snake out of the toilet, and he's like, oh, that's okay. I'll help you out. Do you mind if I take a look around? And they're like, why would you do that? Intuition. He goes down into their crawl space.
Intuition.
Finds another 14 more or whatever it is. Then crawls and finds another spot underneath their house where there's a whole nother 10 of them. I would probably be pooping bricks. I would just be like,
well, I'm sure
you
wouldn't go down underneath the house.
Still, it would scare me the fact that they're in there and that I was living there while they were in there.
Yeah, well. And where is this again?
In
Texas?
Texas? Well, everything. They have so many snakes and stuff like that down there. Yeah. I don't know. I hate snakes.
That is the nice thing about living in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
You get this lull
where everything dies.
Yeah, for 5 months out of the year, but you don't have to worry about
no mosquitoes,
anything. Besides death.
We have a mouse. We have a mouse in the garage. I know that.
But a mouse.
They're just hanging out. My wife's freaking out about it though.
Really?
She's like, we gotta get the mouse, and she's like constantly looking out the garage door and trying to find it. And I'm like,
get the shovel.
To be honest, I opened up the hood of the car and there was a whole bunch of seeds and stuff. In where the pistons are on the motor there.
Yeah.
In between there's like a little ridge or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of food in there. So I'm wondering if they were kind of hanging out in there. After it's warm, you'd think that's a great spot to go. They just crawl up the wheel well. Yeah. They just crawl up on the tire and they go up in there.
So along this line.
Oh,
did you hear my
car?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell the car story.
And I have that video, so I think I'll post it
you
to
should
the old
post it.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I had recently, shout out to my
This
bud.
was like exactly 13 episodes ago because it was like the first weekend we
yeah,
recorded,
you're
I
right,
think.
yeah. Something like that.
Here anyway.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I bought this car. I've been looking for a beater. Okay, I drive a.
Yeah, you almost bought my old one.
That's right. I drive a truck, and it's newer, so I want to, save on the mileage and all that stuff, and also gas, of course. Regardless, I buy this car, and
From a coworker.
Good guy. He's kind of a putz, but he's a good guy. TJ, hang in there.
You don't need to say his name.
You'll get better. You're all right.
God.
He doesn't listen to this. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but other people do, and they're like, "Hey, TJ,
yeah.
guess what Joe just said about you
I
the other
can't
day."
wait. Well, then he'll listen.
One more listener. That's what it is.
Oh, new listener.
Anyways, go on.
So I buy this car, $260, cash-a-rooney.
It's 260. Like,
Yeah, it's weird.
250.
He
275.
wanted more, and I was like, dude, no. So we-
260 is all I got in the
yeah,
pocket.
that's it. That's all I got. Buy this car, get it home. That night, I start cleaning out because wherever he had this thing stored, it was a shit show.
Yeah.
So I'm cleaning. I get to the trunk, open it up, and I notice underneath the tire, the spare tire,
Is in the trunk. Yep.
there's a little bit of something going on. Like in the round part in the middle of the tire. So where the rim would be, basically.
Yeah.
Underneath that, I'm seeing that there's maybe a little something that shouldn't be there, I'm like, there's not that much trash in here that it would be that much accumulated just in that spot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen this before.
Yeah. We all know where that is.
So I pull up my phone, like you do in the 21st century here.
Gotta get a
And
video.
I'm like, I gotta get a video of this. And I lift up the tire, and it's like that is the moment. It's not like I pre-recorded this and then I recorded it again for my friends. But on Snapchat, I lift up the tire, and sure enough, there's Mickey Mouse. Hey, what's up? And I'm like, what the fuck?
It scared him. He was so
I have
scared.
yet to find that mouse. I definitely got rid of his house and all that good stuff.
He's like, wait a what this is.
Yeah, I think he literally, because I think he was living in the car just in general.
Sure.
And I think he just scurried away to another part of the vehicle. I later found out that the car is unrepairable. So it's sitting in my driveway right now with a whole bunch of snow on it.
So what are you going to do with it? I thought you got rid of it.
Oh, I plan to get rid of it.
You going to part it out?
No, Jeff, that's not fun.
If does it run?
It does.
Oh, so you just
But it's in order for it to pass emissions.
weld a metal plate on the bottom because I know it's rusted through.
No, in order for it to pass emissions, there's some things that have to be fixed that I'm not paying for.
Okay,
So that's why
the cost is too much.
Right. That's
So
exactly.
you're
It's fixable, yes,
So you're gonna
but not at my
derby it. You're gonna derby it.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
My hope has been we find someone with a large amount of land, and Fleet Farm sells this stuff called tannerite. We
I'm listening.
put a bunch of tannerite within the vehicle,
And blow it up.
fill the gas tank up, and just shoot it until it blows up. Tannerite explodes on pressure, so when you hit it with a bullet, it explodes. You can Google it. You can or
What is
YouTube
it? Is it like a tube or what is it like a?
No, it's an explosive. It's kind of like K2 or whatever.
But is it like a paste then or
Yeah, I think
what's
so.
material?
I've actually never purchased it.
Oh, so you don't know.
You need a license if you purchase more than X amount.
so you just keep going back over and over again.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't
But
do
anyway,
this at
we
home,
have.
kids.
I've talked to everyone. Jamie, I've talked to Jamie about
yeah,
if
he's
he
told
knows
me.
anybody with land, and so we've got the feelers out. But if not,
I
yeah,
think
there's a
it's Highway
junkyard right down
43.
the road.
Highway 43. Cleveland exit.
Oh my God, it's not registered to me.
TJ. What I would do is just do it just stand on the overpass, just start shooting down at it.
Oh,
And I wouldn't want to hurt anybody.
well,
Obviously.
there we go. We've just found out what we're doing with that car.
See,
Cops are gonna show up at my door.
it runs though, right?
It does.
It runs well or not?
No.
It starts every time. It turns over.
Okay, so it starts. It's a stick shift car, and
Okay.
the shifting is very rough.
Okay.
The timing's off with it.
Okay.
Also, the mouse in question, chewed through a whole bunch of cords, actually fried the electrical system.
Yep.
So it starts and it runs, but after that, I mean, there's nothing connected within it.
So this is what I would load it up with drugs. Go down to Mexico, load it up with drugs, and bring it back up.
That's perfect.
Or Colorado, get a bunch of marijuana,
Yeah.
load her up, and bring it back over.
Now, Colorado doesn't have like crazy border guards, do
No.
they? No, you just drive right into Colorado, just like.
I mean, I know you have to hide it. I think they have patrols.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe at the major highways. I wonder if we just take a soft road. I got a week off coming up
'Cause
soon.
ever since I don't use that stuff anymore, I've thought from time to time, what if I sold it?
I just want to make money off it.
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't care about the rest of it.
Bank, man.
Yeah.
Why not?
See, the other thing is, I want to be like the middleman. I don't want to be the guy growing it. Too much work. Too easy to get caught.
Well, unless you're in Colorado or somewhere where it's legal to farm it.
Yeah. But didn't a whole bunch of people from work move out there?
Yeah.
to
No,
it?
they moved out to Michigan.
Michigan to do it.
Yeah.
Michigan. I thought it was somewhere else. So.
Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah, like two brothers went out there and were like, this is great.
Yeah.
Come on. And then everybody else just followed
All
with
their
them.
friends were like, I got a new job.
Going out to Michigan.
Paid cash.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be fun.
I don't know. I think podcasting's kind of fun.
There's no money in this. I don't know if you're aware of that. So,
I have big dreams.
your big dreams.
Big dreams.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first part of Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe, episode number 14 now.
Yo, 14.
So we are going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back in just a moment. Don't you worry.